This is the unboxing video for my new phone. I always think it's good to have things in perspective. So I just wanted to show you my old phone before I show you my new phone. This phone here is a Samsung Verizon Cast model. I've had it for several years. I definitely got my money's worth out of this one, even though I didn't pay for it. It was actually a gift. It was a 3.0 megapixel camera, Samsung Verizon model. It had this huge lens on it, which is just gigantic in compared to today's standards. I guess this phone might be about 6 years old, 4 years old, somewhere around there. Not sure, but I purposely wanted a clamshell. I like this design because it protects the numbers, protects you from bumping into stuff. And this phone was actually used when I got it. The only thing that I really noticed was it was a little scratched. As you can see, it's a lot scratched, and this one little section down here was worn through. Now it's like really completely worn through. But as you see, it does have connectivity. It works. There's a lot of things that it doesn't do, but let me just show you this. Okay, this here used to be a panel, and that used to be there. Okay, the screen is intact, but it's starting to have some of this edging done to it. I don't know if that's water damage or what, but as you can see, the paint, the gloss, is wearing off there. Let's move down to the keypad. What I've actually done is the paint's starting to bubble up here. Use my pen. Paint starting to bubble up here, and the rubber is starting to pop up here, and the plastic. And the numbers actually went from being like the gloss just wearing off on them to the paint wearing off to being transparent. Then it got to the point where the numbers were like the rubber. You were actually touching the rubber and not the plastic, the rubber underneath. And then it got to a point where I was actually touching the electronic fibers on the inside. So I had to actually stick my fingernail into the phone to make the connections work in order to dial the buttons. As you can see, some of them you can't even tell what's what anymore. So I actually had to put this tape over it, and the tape it was pretty much holding it together for a period of time. Let me tell you, you get some usage respect when you show people. I think using a phone, using anything thoroughly for its full useful lifespan is a good thing. I think that's what you should do. You shouldn't just be frivolous and just get new stuff as just because it's available. So it actually was becoming difficult to even dial the numbers. It's like I'm pressing it and the electronics wasn't working. And so as you see, this is really going all the way down pretty much to, well, maybe not the circuitry, but there ain't much left separating you from the actual circuit board here at this point. So that's interesting. And if you look on the side, it's got some standard wear. Over here, that part's missing. That was like a little swing door. This here is like an earphone attachment. A lot of people with the newer phones are just going to be kind of like awestruck as to what this even is. And that was some features that I never really fully implemented. Of course, to the speaker, that did something. This was actually kind of like for the camera, so you could look through and you could hit that and you could actually take the picture with that. But yeah, that came off, cracked screen, worn down, the plastic wearing through, the buttons wearing out, the rubber wearing out, the veneer wearing out, the paint bubbling up. This thing's been through a lot, so I think it's time for a new phone. And I'm happy because the person who gave me this phone is giving me my next phone, and so we shall see what that looks like. Well, it was good, but on to better things.